podcast. Gotta do a couple little fixes, but thank you so much for to Helvetica Cat for helping me with that video.
Let's
She
go.
killed it. I gave her the meat and potatoes, and then she was like, "I'll fix it up for you." So
Say no
thank you,
more, fam.
Helvetica Cat.
Let's go.
But okay, let us start the first session. Oh, I almost forgot how every good Warhammer story should start. A little exposition for the newcomers out there. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, so that he may never truly die. Yet, even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars. Their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest among his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, or the Space Marines. Bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arm are Legion, the Imperial Guard, and countless planetary defense forces. The Holy Adeptus Sororitas, or Sisters of Battle. The ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat from aliens, heretics, mutants, and much worse. To be a person in such time is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to give life to the cruelest and most bloodthirsty regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future, there's only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. We pick up from the one shot that we did last year. It's a little bit of a continuation. We are in the heart of the flagship, the Litany of Absolution, the flagship of an Inquisitor, one Inquisitor Philomena Poliso, Order Hereticus. It's been 5 years since that mission on Daedalus. Sister Cerisa, she was there. Wolf He was there. But 2 of our new players were not there. So, we'll start. Sister Sarisa, we go to you. What are you doing on the flagship at the moment?
I assume I would be waiting diligently for the Inquisitor to give me whatever next things they called me in for. As I sit, actually, I stand. I stand in the waiting area, just with my bolter at my side, and in my hand, just a simple, what is it? I want to say rosary bead. Rosary.
Ecclesiarchy pendant. Yeah, I forget the exact name of it, but yes.
A pendant with the symbol on the back of it. There's like 2 charms on it. One of them is my order, the Order of Our Martyred Lady. And I just hold it in my hands, and I'm gently moving it between my fingers, looking down at it, and diligently waiting.
We go now to Wolf. Wolf, you were also on that mission on Daedalus 5 years ago, but you've also received training like Sister Sarisa has. Back then, she was a Sister Hospitaller. Now she has received training to be a full member of the Sororitas. What are you doing, Wolf?
Wolf is coming back from the countless amount of missions that he's been sent on since that day. At this point, it all seems like a blur, like a dream. The amount of bullets that he's had to dodge and the amount of comrades that he's lost. Can't even remember half their names. And yet again, he's asked to come in and serve for the Emperor.
That fateful mission 5 years ago, would you and Sister Sarisa kept in contact? Would you, passing in the halls of this flagship, would you have said hello, sister, or hello, soldier to one another?
I think it is I don't even know if you can joke in this universe. Do we joke?
You can joke.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
But there is a small joke that Wolf goes back to when he first asked the sister if she had seen the Emperor. and now that it's been 5 years and he's learned so much more, in order to humor himself and the sister at this point, he would just, every time they walk by or see each other, he would just ask how the Emperor was doing.
I love it. Also, almost forgot, Tracy.
Yes.
You have earned your team a mark of glory. Go ahead and mark that down because of your wig and your fleur-de-lis tattoo. Go ahead. And I've gone ahead and did it because I had it up. But you now have a free glory from your cosplay.
Yay! My dedication to the Master of Mankind has given me this glory. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I think one of the times Wolf walks down the hall and the sister sees him, and he's got basically his entire side of his face covered in bandages. And he just goes up to her. Sister, I think the Emperor has an eye.
Oh, Wolf, it is so good to see you again. And so, from my memory, you did not look like this when we last met. This is new.
No.
Okay,
No,
okay.
He had both his eyes as well.
I was gonna say, What happened?
A bullet, sister. It was coming right at me. I dodged left. I thought it was going right. Bro.
Sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Wolf, but by the Emperor's will, you're still here. You still have purpose.
That's what everyone around here keeps telling me. So
How has your faith been?
oh, very faith-filled. I'm filled with it. When the bullet went through my skull, it was just leaking faith. It was just everywhere.
It's all right, Wolf. I still remember when we were on that grave planet and we said those prayers, remember? To honor the dead, the fallen.
Yes. I've had a lot more prayers like that to recite.
We will recite them together.
Amazing.
Outstanding.
Yes. We now go to Belphagus. What are you doing aboard the ship?
Belphagus is doing maintenance on his scrolls, on himself, really. His cherub, his scroll keeper, is cataloging his data, organizing it, making sure that it is properly secured, safe, and he is reciting diagnostic litanies on his sigil cortex, and you hear him speak.
Initiate sanctified loop, diagnostic cycle 9. Bit by bit I purge misalignment. By cog and coil I preserve the signal.
And he continues to work on himself. He's adding lubricant and oil to his sigil cortex, which is that giant mass of augmetics coming out of his head. And you can see the oil leaks through his head and out his eye, staining his skin.
Just wanted to pull up the art real quick. I'll do this for everyone because I want to show off this art so much. Crisby, if you are watching, I just want to say this art has given me so much. The words they don't even come to me. Like when we got this art, everyone, sorry to interrupt your RPing, but I just wanted to bring it up. We got this art and I was like, this is it. Like this is everything I've ever wanted. And it just gave me so much more like drive to do all the writing and all of the final touches that we did. But yeah, thank you, by the way.
Thank you,
Again.
Crispy.
Yes.
Truly, some of your best work. Truly.
Okay. Sister Cerisa and Wolf, you are approached by a servant on the ship. Not quite a servitor, but a lowly kind of messenger here on the ship. He happens to find both of you in the hallway, having your chat about Wolf's wound and the prayers you were doing on Daedalus 5 years ago. And he runs up and... Oh. Thankfully I found you. Sister? Trooper? Inquisitor Poliso requires your presence in her chambers. She has a mission for you.
Thank you. We will make haste and be there at once.
May the Emperor protect.
The Emperor protects.
And Belphagus,
X.
Yes.
you also get a messenger, but it's not a messenger like they received. You get a cherub that flies into your chambers. Your chambers on this ship are more aligned with the Adeptus Mechanicus. General, full-fledged humans are looked down on in this sector. This is the Adeptus Mechanicus sector of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But a cherub arrives to you and hands you a data slate. And it simply reads, Inquisitor Poliso requires your assistance. Make haste.
He doesn't even acknowledge the cherub. He takes the data, packs it away, hands it to his cherub, who catalogs it with all the other data. Every piece of data is always cataloged.
And Wolf and Sister, you guys get to Philomena Police. Sorry, I almost forgot her name. That would be embarrassing. Inquisitor Poliso's door. And you see Belphagus also shambling down the hallways. You hear the faint clickety-clank of metal on metal. The whirring of the cogitators in his head. He's not stealthy. He always kind of has a buzz about him. And you two meet right outside of her door. Or you three, apologies. You three meet right outside of her door. And for Wolf and Cerisa, you've seen Belphagus before. He is Poliso's Lex mechanic. Whenever she is patrolling the ship or taking inventory, counting manpower, new recruits, deaths on the battlefield. Belphagus is right there logging every death, every recruit, every bullet fired, every ration eaten. Belphagus is calculating and recording everything. Do you acknowledge him? No?
No. No, because he's just part
Say
of.
hi to your laptop?
Yeah.
The feeling is mutual. He doesn't regard you at all.
Perfect. Do you knock? Do you enter?
With respect, we gently knock on the door. If there's a little thing to press.
Sure. Yeah. You next to the door there is a cogitator of a skull with an eyeball in it. It's monitoring everything. And you push the button and you hear the hiss of the airlock loosen off the door. And we see Inquisitor Poliso standing there with someone you've never seen before. And while you were asked to meet her in her chambers, they are mid-conversation. Now, Arthur, I do not care what your plans are on Vorgaroth. You are my golden ticket down there. What you need to do on planet is your business. As long as you have the Earthshaker shells, and we can transport them down. What, do you have something to say?
Yeah, no, all right. Yeah, I got the Earthshaker rounds. Sure. Golden ticket, yeah.
And they're
Makes
not
sense.
that old military surplus from the heresy, are they?
Right, now, when you contacted me for this, there was no expectation of where the rounds came from. You want me to track down who made them for you? Right, like, I've got the rounds, right? Yeah? That's what you asked me for. And that's what I got. Yeah, I got all of them.
Will they
Perfectly
fire?
fine.
Will they shoot?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's always a question of will it shoot, right? Yeah, I haven't fired them myself. but they're in the casings. They work, so I have to assume they'll fire.
Fine. Oh, sister.
Inquisitor.
Wolf, good to see you. Ah,
Good to see you,
Balfagus.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
Sorry to be abrupt, but we've been tasked, well, not we've, I'm tasking you for a mission. As many of you know, we've been positioned above this planet for quite some time. It is a small planet by the name of Vorgaroth, an agri-world in this sector. But things have gone rather quiet on the surface. Wolf, Cerisa. 5 years ago, you brought me the Revelator. That artifact we pulled off Daedalus. It's taken 5 years to decipher, and has brought us here. Our mission to return to Holy Terra is close, but not close enough.
You see Sister Cerisa's eyes just a glimmer a bit when you mention Holy Terra.
Yes. This agri-world, Vorgaroth. Reports are coming in that it has fallen to heretics. We cannot let it fall completely. Your first mission, once you get down to Vorgaroth, secure Vox Arc Ultima, their communications relay. Don't worry, sister, I'll provide a dossier for you.
Thank you.
The thing is, they don't trust us. Nor should they, with the way things are going down there. They think it's just another heretic ruse. That's why I've offered up my friend Arthur here's goods. He'll be delivering a shipment of 200 Earthshaker shells for their basilisks. Wolf, you'll be very familiar with these. These are the mainstay of any Imperial Guard, defensive line.
Yep.
The big
Where
guns.
you make it rain.
Exactly, make it rain. Arthur, would you like to introduce yourself to them?
Yeah, all right. Arthur turns around, and you see that as he turns around, he's got a flask that he is currently, shifting back into one pocket, and stands up to greet everybody and offers a hand, starting with, let's go with Craig, your character first.
Wolf
And he just goes down the line.
Yeah, Wolf is standing at attention, thousand-yard stare, waiting for the Inquisitor to
All right,
give him
then.
the signal.
Wolf, was it? Yeah? Arthur Dangerfield. And he just kind of holds his hand out for a handshake.
He goes to reach out for your hand, give you a shake, then straight back to attention.
All right, you always this uptight, yeah?
The Emperor wills it.
Yeah, sure. Of course, yeah, Emperor.
Blink, blink.
And then he goes next to the sister and offers a hand. Yeah, your name, I didn't catch it right first time.
Sister Cerisa.
Cerisa, yeah. Nice to meet you. Arthur Dangerfield.
Arthur Dangerfield, might I ask your rank and status?
Rogue trader, yeah.
Ah, rogue trader.
So,
I see.
and he's just kind of got his hand out to shake.
Oh, yes, of course. And she takes her hand out. Nice to meet you, rogue trader.
You can call me Arthur. Yeah, that's fine. and moves down after like an awkward like, all right, sure, and then moves down to Bijan's character. You even have hands to shake. Still holds one out.
He doesn't offer a hand. You see his one hand is constantly scribbling, you know, it's always busy. And you hear just the mechanical whirring.
Arthur Dangerfield, rogue trader, brash, confident, disrespectful.
And he's writing this down. You see the scroll like printing out as he's recording all this information about you.
Yeah, it's been called worse, eh? All right, well, he kind of like gently like fist bumps your shoulder very delicately, and then moves back to sit down where he was.
He doesn't regard that at all.
Well, now that pleasantries are in order, and he's already made the introductions, yes, Arthur is a member of the Dangerfield dynasty, a quite small dynasty. She says that with, like, tact.
He's not like the most loaded.
He's not like the Volantis.
Yeah.
The Volantis dynasty, yeah.
It's not necessary, eh?
Arthur is, like I mentioned, providing the goods to get us down onto the planet. Once you arrive, your main mission will be securing Vox Arc Ultima. I believe it has fallen to the traitor forces.
Inquisitor, if I may, you mentioned that there was traitor forces within this planet. Do you know the overall status?
Dire.
Is this... I see.
All communications long range off the planet have gone silent. The only way I was able to get in contact with the lieutenant on the planet was through short-range communications, and even then, it was very difficult. She will be expecting you, but let me make it clear, my new retinue. Your mission is to secure Vox Arc Ultima. How you get it done does not matter to me. But do not dawdle.
If this planet has fallen already, then we will not spare any expense. We will do whatever we need to do to get this Vox Arc Ultima. Do not
We
worry.
will be effective and efficient.
Thank you, Balfigus. Let's see. And she goes to her holo terminal and makes a hand motion, and you see the planet. It is a small planet. You've been to various planets throughout this sector, defending, doing what you can. This is a relatively small planet. A simple agri-world, as it says. Simple Grox farmers, and Grox are the cattle of the Warhammer world. Typical Grox farms, legume greenhouses, a couple of corpse starch manufactorums. Nothing too interesting. I'm not really sure why the traitor forces have decided to attack here, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
That is quite interesting. What was the population of the planet?
The population, let me see.
Balfigus would I don't know what it is, but Balfigus would immediately spit out that information as it's definitely in his
Yes.
his info.
and you hear Balfigus just spit out 5.3 billion.
5.3 billion. Do we have any records of what the nature of these traitor forces are that have decided to infiltrate an Argo world?
They call themselves the Ashborn.
Permission to speak, Inquisitor.
Permission granted, Wolf.
If we meet our contact and they are compromised, how is the task to be altered?
If the lieutenant is compromised, you are to do whatever you deem necessary. From my records, even though there is only 5.6 billion on this measly aggro world, it seems there is only a small retinue of 100,000 planetary defense forces. What little information I could get about this Ashborn, approximately 70% have fallen traitor. The remaining 30,000 forces are scattered amongst the planet in various guerrilla fighting groups. But you will be dropped down. Give me 1 second. I have the name right here. I wrote it. You will be dropped at Bastion Aphira. That is their main stronghold there on Vorgaroth. I hear it is well defended. But make no mistake, these are simple planetary defense forces. These are farmers. These are farm hands. These are not fighters. If the line breaks and the planet falls completely, you will be on your own.
Understood, Inquisitor.
Secure Vox Arc Ultima by any means necessary. Contact me, and I will give you your next assignment on planet. You are free to eliminate any heretical threats, whether you deem them heretical or not. It makes no difference to me.
Heresy will not be tolerated.
Do you hear that, Arthur?
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. Heresy, whatnot. Yeah, kill heretics. Don't be heretic. Got it. Yeah, very clear. Clear as mud. Yeah.
Good. You'll leave in the morning. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a simple question. And he just kind of like looks around the room for a second. Yeah, it can wait, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Wolf, Sister, Belphagus. Anything?
Other than what I've already inquired, no further questions.
Oh,
Task is
silly
clear,
me.
Inquisitor.
I've almost forgot what you're looking for down there. After securing Vox Arc Ultima, the Revelator has led us here. And it's my astropaths and fellow tech priests and any sort of scientist here on the ship say it is pointing to the planet and just repeating one word. Crucible.
Crucible.
Find and secure the Crucible. That is your mission here.
Inquisitor, may I have access to the Revelator data for archival purposes?
I feel it's fitting for this mission, sure. She goes to her holodeck and types it in, grabs it, and like kind of tosses it to you, and you can feel the data from there's like cogitators around the room upload it to your cortex.
You can see his eyes like roll back a bit as he's like accepting this data, and that in itself is seemingly a religious experience for him.
Feels good, man.
Feel good.
Never get used to that.
So, out of character.
Yes.
The revelator that we found is saying find and secure the crucible. Our job is to find Vox Arc Ultima.
Correct.
That's like a different
yes.
thing.
Will lead us
Your
to the
your
crucible.
overall mission on Vorgaroth will to be to find, locate, and secure the crucible. The revelator that you found on Daedalus was some sort of map that they deciphered.
I see. Okay.
And the revelator, in its revelation, brought you here to Vorgaroth.
Okay. Got it.
But the Inquisitor would like you to secure the communications hub on the planet as a first
To get
measure.
that's the first step. Okay. Understood.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, you are dismissed. Get your rest. I've cleared you for a substantial meal, so you can go down with full bellies. No more rations and corpse starch. Balfigus, you can take some of the good oils.
I will have my food purified, as usual.
Arthur, any questions? Or would you like to speak in private?
Yeah, I think I'm good for now. I got a couple of questions for this new group I'm rolling with. See what they're actually made of and all. If we're going in for a fight, I want to make sure they know how to fight.
Good. Well, you are dismissed. You fly down to planet at 0500.
Understood, Inquisitor.
Happy hunting.
The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects, sister.
Wolf nods, about face, leaves the room.
Arthur follows.
You.
You have some time until you head down to planet. You are free to chat. You can visit the armory if you want to try to requisition some gear. You all have your starting gear from your characters, but if you'd like to peruse something else, I'm sure the armor master will be happy to try to bargain with you. Or maybe you just convince him to give you what you need.
As we all exit, just Sister Suri says that we close the door to the Inquisitor's office. And so, this is to be our crew to travel to the planet, then?
The
See a
Inquisitor
weight
has
just
willed it
drop
so.
from Wolf. Yes, seems like it, sister.
Well, I've never traveled with a rogue trader before, nor a Mechanicus priest. But
Well, I can tell you, I'm a lot more fun than the Inquisitor. Eh?
well, fun isn't exactly what we need on a job like this.
Now that I disagree with entirely. Fun's the only way to get through it. And honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun anyways. And he just gives you this nasty smile.
She does not return the smile as her face remains serious. Well, it was Arthur, correct?
Yeah, Arthur Dangerfield.
Arthur Dangerfield. Have you encountered dangers like that of those who consider themselves traitors of the Emperor?
Yeah, regular basis, really. It's not all. I mean, like, I work for the Inquisitor, and I've done a number of different jobs that get a little messy. Yeah?
And you have destroyed them in the Emperor's name.
Yeah, I've destroyed them.
I see.
There's a light to Wolf's eye, and he leans over. Sister, He reminds me of that one individual. The pirate?
Yes. Yes. I suppose this isn't the first time I've had to travel with the unseemly sorts.
She means
Do you say that out
interesting.
loud? Are you guys
Yes.
whispering?
So he whispers this like kind of gently, but I say it at like regular voice level.
Yeah.
The Inquisitor loves pairing me up with those types.
Right, sister. Maybe you need to realize that maybe you just need to loosen up a little bit, yeah?
Loosen up.
And he takes out a flask and like shakes it.
She looks at Wolf.
Arthur, have you eaten yet?
If I eat, then the alcohol doesn't hit the same, yeah?
Well, you know.
I hope that you will not be navigating our ship under the influence.
Right, only under the Emperor's influence, right? Yeah. Easy.
Exactly.
That is correct.
And she looks, and I'm just trying to. Everything has a purpose, but why we must have a tech priest with scrolls upon scrolls? Perhaps would this not just slow us down?
Sister, if I may. Mechanus. If I were to, and he just points down the way of the ship in a just random direction. How far of a distance you see that bolt? Maybe the third bolt on that bulkhead all the way on the other side of the ship.
As you're saying that, you see he's got his mechanical, like optical augmetic. It starts to whir and focus in and laser in on that point.
Can you give me the distance for that?
That is 200 meters away.
Excellent. You, what kind of ammunition should I use?
It depends on what you are using the ammunition for. You have, and
You'll hear him start to go off on a litany of different round types for which purpose, how many that we have on the ship down to the exact bullet count, how many like spare batteries we have for like ship armaments, and he won't stop until you tell him to stop.
Right, and Wolf is just looking at the sister. Everyone has their needs for the Emperor, sister.
I see. Yes. The point has been made.
It would be good for us to know all of our skills, so we can rely upon each other. So, we know my skill. Sister, what is your skill?
My faith is my skill, but I carry on my side a bolt pistol alongside a chainsword. So, generally, I do best up close and personal.
If needed, if there was a target on that bolt that I asked you about, I could hit it, whether it's in front of it or behind it.
He turns to the rogue trader.
All right. Hey, I'm rich, and I've got a great personality, yeah? But then he kind of holds up his fists, and I've never backed down from a scrap, eh? You need to get in somewhere? I got money. I got favors. I know people. You want somebody killed? If he can't shoot him, she can't chop him. Well, I guess I'm next then.
Understood.
I do have concerns about this planet and the status, being that it is 70% at this point compromised. This is, well, to me, this sounds like something where I would want to potentially call in the rest of my convent to take care of the planet itself. But of course, that's not my call. That is the Inquisitor's call.
We must first obtain the crucible. Then I will suggest the same, sister. We must purge the heretics.
Yes, it seems to me the planet will likely be purged entirely. Unfortunate.
Makes the most sense.
I just hope we don't get caught up in all of it, eh? Get in, get out, nice and clean.
And if not, maybe we'll get a few souvenirs. And he taps his eye.
Oh, yeah. If you want one, I'm sure we can grab you a couple, eh? You tell me your favorite color, and I'll find one for you.
When it comes to eyes, probably purple.
You should be so lucky to augment your weak flesh.
They get along great.
And Arthur just kind of like flexes his arms and like chest a little bit. Like, weak flesh, like sure, and just kind of shakes his head.
Well then, I suppose we should get our nourishment and rest before the morning.
Ideal.
If anybody would like
my
to
diagnostics.
If anybody would like to join me at the chapel for evening prayer, I will be there at 8 p.m. Oh, 800.
That's 8 a.m.
Oh, frick. Shit! 20...
20. Yeah.
20... at, at 2000?
Doing great, bud. As
Okay,
long as
yeah.
the Inquisitor or anybody else doesn't need me, I'd be happy to make the sermon.
Well, I'm not going to break up the group, eh? I'll join.
Great.
Or even learn something, eh?
You don't
Awesome.
hear any verbal acknowledgement, just more scribbling on his scrolls. But he will come with you as well.
Fantastic. So you are going to the Sororitas Chapel, Balfagus. Okay. It's not a rarity for members of the Adeptus Mechanicus to just wander about the ship. I'm sure they're in there fixing things all the time.
He wants to stay with the team.
Of course.
They were, he was told, this is the team, you're on a mission.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, you guys eat, you get full bellies, you visit Sister Cerisa's, on this ship there is a chapel for every order. Hers happens to be the Order of the Martyred Lady. You visit that chapel. Wolf, Sister, Balfagus, Arthur, whether you join in on her nightly litanies is up to you, but you do all join there in the chapel. Would anyone visit the armory to try to requisition any extra gear before going down to planet? You have been cleared. You just have to go try to get it.
Right. I think, if anything, Wolf just goes to check on his gear to make sure it's good to go.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
I think he thinks it's just a regular snatch and grab, get out. He's not thinking too much of it. Every once in a while, if you're walking with him, you'll see somebody walk by and they have the same similar purple eyes, and Wolf will look up at them, real quick dab or like forearm bump. Gadia stands. And just keeps
After the
walking.
first couple, Arthur looks at you. All right, I've seen like a dozen purple eyes, yeah? You still want one?
I know you probably don't get this from most Scions, but kind of the black sheep. I have a sense of humor.
Yeah, good. I like that.
Those are
You want his
Right.
eye?
Arthur. Those are my family. Their eyes are gonna stay in their heads.
All right. Your call.
Balfigus, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I did. You said for requisitions.
Mhm.
We weren't told how big the what's it called again? Cerebro. The thing we're looking the crucible.
The Crucible,
Uh,
yes.
Yeah. We don't know how big that is or like what it is, right?
You have 0. The Inquisitor had 0 data. You have
Okay.
no idea what it is.
I want to requisition something that might help us carry something large.
Okay.
Maybe like I don't know if they have like anti-grav kind of like, attachments or maybe even just like a cart or like I don't know what would be available, but
Mhm.
in case it's something big.
Sure. Yeah, you go to, you wouldn't have to go to the armory. You just go down to like the loading dock, and you'd go to, the master of shipping and receiving, and they'll have some sort of grav, grav cart that if you needed to load some large artifact on, then you could load it up there. And you sign the requisition papers. It all goes through. He lets you know that it will be on the Thunderhawk transport for tomorrow's mission.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything else?
I do think Arthur would want to go and try to requisition some bigger weapons now that we know the scope of what we're dealing with.
Okay. So you head down to the armory, and I think this is going to take us to our first roll in Wrath and Glory.
Woo!
So with Arthur, you head down to the armory, and you have your ability Warrant of Trade. So let's see. I want you to roll me a. Where is it? It is a wealth. Talents, gear. Oh, influence. Sorry. Roll me a an influence check. So it's under gear and it's at the top above your weapons.
All right. Now, does this get the Warrant of Trade bonus added to it?
So this indicates the level of gear you can requisition, and then
Okay.
you will roll your Warrant of Trade to see if you can get that.
All right. And you said it was which?
It's under the gear tab above
Under the
your
gear
weapons.
tab. There we go.
Yep, you should
Gotcha.
see influence.
Influence. What DN would you like me to put?
This ship would have up to DN2, so change that to 2.
Okay.
And then click
And-
on Dialogue Modifiers.
Dialogue modifiers.
And there you go. That adds your Warrant of Trade.
Perfect. Here we go.
Ooh, great roll.
Ooh.
So yes, what are you looking for?
Yeah, all right. I want the biggest, blastiest thing you've got.
And you see this tech priest in the armory, kind of, he doesn't have a face. He has a whole cogitator mask on, and you see his gears in his mouth start spinning, as if you're not sure if he's thinking or if he's taken aback by your presence. But he finally speaks up, and with a augmetic voice, he lets you know that he has various heavy flamers, heavy bolters. He has, let's see, he has a melt-a-gun in stock. Let's see here, various plasma weaponry. And yeah.
Of the list of things that he's got, what would make the most noise?
What would make the most noise?
Like, what's going to be the loudest gun? And if there isn't an easy answer for that, I think he would go for the flamer, because I am sure that in the hymnals that he listened to from the Sister of Bathing Heretics and the Holy Flame of the Emperor, that would be the direction that he would be leaning as a show of faith in the Emperor for the Sister.
Ah, yes. During my litany of cleansing fire, yes, I must have inspired the rogue trader.
So let's do that. Let's go with the flamiest, shootiest flamer we can get.
They do have a few heavy flamers if you would like one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So you go to the armor smith, armor keeper, and you say, I'd like the heavy flamer, please. And he goes, one moment, and you weren't aware of it before, but he's missing his bottom half of his body. He's a torso on almost a arm, and he zips up, and you look up, and the armory goes vertical. It's not a wide room. All these weapons are stacked almost in a secure pillar in this ship. And you hear the gears. You hear the gears moving with this kind of lift system, and he comes spiraling down again with a very large double-barrel heavy flamer in his hands. And then he just pushes a data slate. I just need your confirmation.
Arthur just does whatever needs to be done for it.
And you put your thumb on it, and the lights go green, and he goes, "Praise the Omnissiah."
Yeah, all right.
Perfect. So I have added a heavy flamer to your inventory.
That's gonna be
Let's
chaos.
Go.
That's gonna be chaos.
No, there will be no chaos left. That's the point.
Oh, right.
Anything else?
Nice.
Mm-mm. But does
Okay.
anybody else want anything? Like,
We
would anybody
ate,
have given
we went to
Arthur a
church.
list?
I feel like
Grenades.
Oh,
Extra scrolls?
Those are
Okay.
free for you, Belphagus. Yeah, you don't need to
Got it.
requisition those. All
can
the
I grab like
vellums
a
you can
handful of
get.
crack grenades?
Pardon me?
yes. Oh, yes.
A handful of crack grenades for Wolf.
So you pick up a handful of crack grenades for Wolf.
Wolf kind of chuckles. I mean, we're supposed to be in and out. We probably won't even need these, but I'm not going to complain or anything.
Yeah, right. In and out. We gotta get in somehow, eh?
All right, Wolf. He brings you back 3 crack grenades.
Got it. Joy.
And he presents the heavy flamer to Sister Sarissa. Yeah, found this laying about. Thought you might like it.
You are giving this to me.
Well, I'm not gonna hold it about, eh? This thing's massive.
Thank you, Rogue Trader. This is
Offer.
Arthur, yes. This is greatly appreciated and will be put to good use.
Yeah, look at the side. Even got a little engraving. Wrote the Emperor on it. And there's just
Is it spelled
totally
I
edged.
am?
Belphagus, are you with them?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I with them?
That's up to you.
Yeah, you have marred holy instrument of the Emperor.
All right, yeah. He reaches behind into his pocket and he pulls out the writ of trade as a rogue trader. Yeah, right. So this says I can do pretty much whatever I want, signed by the Emperor. So,
It does not allow heresy.
right, but it says Emperor, not heresy. Yeah?
You would do well to respect these holy instruments.
Right, yeah. Respect the hell out of him, yeah. Right, yeah, sure. Of course. Yeah.
And he keeps scribbling, and that's often how conversations ends with him. Just
Well, nonetheless, thank you, Arthur. I will add this to my repertoire.
And
Yeah.
yeah, you go ahead and do that. And
Woo!
yeah, you can so I will remove the heavy flamer from Arthur and add it to Sister Sarisa.
And then we got crack grenades for Wolf. You know, maybe I should have looked into whether we could get a missile launcher arm for Balphagus.
I'll do the heaviest thing on him. He just shoots it and his whole body goes backwards.
His frail body.
We'll look into that.
Get him an encyclopedia. It's like the same thing.
Okay. Anything else before you leave the comfort and safety of the Litany of Absolution?
Damn. Gotta
It's a
put
good
it
name
that
of
way.
a ship.
Thank
The
you.
Litany of
That's really good.
Absolution.
That was really
I like
good.
it. Oh, yeah.
No, nothing else for me.
Okay. So you all take your leave, go back to your quarters, get maybe a good night's rest, maybe a bad night's rest, depending on how faithful or nervous or excited you are to get down to the planet. And yeah, you all meet up down at the loading dock at, let's say, 0400 hours, an hour before you leave, to make sure everything's good to go. And you see servitors pushing grab carts like Balphagus requisitioned from the shipping and loading dock. And you see them pushing these large shells in these carts into a dropship here in the loading bay. And Balphagus, I want you to make me a... Let's see here. I want you to make me an investigation roll. And the DN is 3.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Roll is loud.
Also, I almost
Oh.
forgot.
my
Bijan, thanks to your voice changer, you have also earned your party a point of glory.
Woohoo!
Thank you
Let's
for getting
go.
into
Let's
character.
go.
You know what, Merlin, for the green screen, let's just start you guys off at 4 glory. Yeah, let's give it. I'm not gonna pick
Wow.
and choose. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pick
You're-
and choose.
You're the nice GM.
Oh, for now. Yeah. There's not
He's going to
a
kill
there's
us
not a
all.
reason why I'm giving you all this glory. No, not at all.
This is the ammo pile before the boss fight starts in Dark Tide.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's happening at
Oh.
the very beginning of the game, which is weird. That's not normal.
Yeah.
Game Master, question.
Yes.
Why do we need all this glory?
You'll find out soon enough.
Oh gosh, okay.
So Balphagus, yes, this is so easy for you. This is second nature. And also you have a shift, so this is a great time to talk about shifts. So a shift allows you can choose to add that shift as an extra point of glory. You can ask me to use it for additional information, or you can use it to make the task you are doing, if it's timed, to go faster. You use those shifts to benefit you in some way. So what would you like to do? Would you like to bank it? Would you like to use it for more info? Making it go faster isn't, you're not like trying to open up a door or anything. But
No, let's do more info. I want to
Sure,
know
yeah.
more information.
These Earthshaker rounds that are being loaded into the transport, they are some of the worst looking shells you have ever seen. They are dirty, grimy. They look like they're Earthshaker shells, obviously, but they look like they were stored in a collapsed bunker for 1,000 years and just water and mud are just caked all over them.
Balfagus is alarmed by this, disgusted even.
Someone would treat a creation of the Adeptus Mechanicus in this way. It's equivalent to heresy. Everything should be
Balfagus
respected.
would find a nearby engine seer, which I'm sure there's one around in like the loading area right now,
Absolutely,
doing
yeah.
maintenance.
What is the meaning of this engine seer? This equipment is unacceptable. This is filth.
Lex Mechanic Balfagus. These are the Earthshaker rounds requisitioned from that rogue traitor. We do not have time to cleanse them in the Omnissiah's name.
I see. Thank you, engine seer.
May the
And he's gonna
Omnissiah
turn-
watch over you, Balfagus.
May the Omnissiah watch over us all.
And he'll turn around and glide over to Arthur.
I am to understand that you have provided these munitions.
Yeah, Earthshaker rounds. Inquisitor asked
Earthshaker.
for them, and well, here we are.
And you did not verify the quality of these goods before purchasing them in the name of the Emperor.
Yeah, right. See, that's where there's a sticky little thing. These were not purchased rounds, yeah?
How were they acquired? From
Well-
where were they sourced?
We found this spot, right? And it happened to have a bunch of them. I knew the Inquisitor wanted them. So, now we've got them. It's that simple, really. Yeah.
This is highly unsettling, rogue trader.
Right, unsettling how?
Have you tested the ammunition to see the failure rate?
Well, we only had so many, so nah. Now, if you'd like, right, I'm happy for us to go find a spot right on that planet, and we can fire as many of them as you want until you're happy with your data. In fact,
That is
I
acceptable.
might quite enjoy that. Oh, there we go. Yeah? We'll find a nice little spot, and we'll even throw in a treat. We'll make sure there's some heretics on the other side.
Understood. That is acceptable.
Yeah?
He'll repeat
All
that,
right.
and he'll record more in his logs. And yeah, you will see him start to tend to the equipment. Like he'll start like helping to load the ammunition in there, and he starts praying and reciting litanies over the ammunition.
Arthur just looks like it is way too easy to get these people to like him by just saying the things against heretics over and over, and it's just working.
Like, this is easy.
Well, we need our data. You said we can test them? All right. At least we'll know what we have.
And he'll test as many as you want, happily.
Perfect. No better agreement than raining holy fire on heretics. But okay, yeah, it only takes a few more minutes and everything is loaded up into the dropship. You see a few other tech priests with their censers burning incense, waving them over the dropship, saying prayers to the Omnissiah, to the motive force, to the brain fart. What is Bijan, help me out here. The machine spirit.
The
Sorry,
machine spirit,
Yeah.
yeah.
God?
saying prayers to the machine spirit of this Thunderhawk dropship. And a secondary engine seer comes through, waves you over, signs the data slate. Are we prepared to leave? I will be flying you down to planet.
Who are they talking to?
The group, all of you guys.
Bolter oiled, faith steady. I am ready.
It is a 7-minute trip to the surface. I have confirmation their anti-aircraft guns have been disabled for this descent. It should be relatively smooth.
So no hot drop.
No, Scion. No hot drop. Okay. You all climb aboard the dropship, sitting next to 200 rounds of Earthshaker ammo. And that is where we'll take our first break of Ashes of the Lost. So,
The
again,
calm before the
Oh, yeah.
storm.
thank you everyone for being here for this first half. We've never played this game before, so we're getting through the shaking off the rust, shaking off the cobwebs.
Yeah.
It should be a good second half as they get down to their planet of Vorgaroth. But yeah, I think that is it for this. But we will be back in, let's say, 10 minutes. We'll change this before we go. And we'll see you in 10 minutes. And we are back for our second half of Ashes of the Lost, our first episode of our Wrath and Glory campaign here on Magi RPG. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. It means a lot to me and all my friends playing with me with this game. Really means a lot. So thank you guys. Yeah, quick recap. Tuesdays, Armored Hearts is still going strong for a couple more episodes. And then Ignite Recall will be back in a couple of weeks. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Great show, great group of players. Love everything they do. Let's see.
You know
Yes?
what I realized, Chris?
What did you realize?
We didn't do like a proper introduction of or at least our new player, since I
Oh.
think like the rest of Magic.
That's true. That is true.
He's like a deer in the headlights.
Sorry, I totally
Who's
forgot
this guy?
about that.
A deer in the headlights for our, for like the rest of the Magic crew. We're here all the time, but we haven't really introed our newest face
That's
to Magic
fair.
RPG.
Yeah.
Would you like to just give a quick intro, Merlin, to who you are for the internet?
Sure, I can do that. Hi, my name is Merlin. I don't exist anywhere else in any social media platform, but you can find me here doing this with my homies.
Yep. Merlin is our homie, and we all hang out a lot outside of this game. So we've brought him on to be on stream with us.
Yes.
And you may see more of him in future Magi things.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, for those who don't know, the Magic crew, we're pretty tight outside of our regular streamed games.
I didn't say anything.
The homies are pretty.
The homies are pretty tight in the
The
real
homies are
world.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
every one of them.
I didn't
You know
do
what?
anything.
And this is how it goes. And then I say something, and Craig laughs at me.
I
Okay.
I'm not looking at chat. I'm just saying.
So I just wanted to do a little intro for Merlin, because
Thank you.
This is his first time.
Yep, first time
on the
on
Magi
Magi.
stream. So yeah, that's all. Back to you, Chris.
Perfect. No, couldn't have said it better myself. So yeah, Armored Hearts, Ignite Recall, 6 p.m. Tuesdays. Check in. And yeah, content warning. Again, this is Warhammer. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get bloody. It's gonna get gory. People are gonna die. People are gonna get blown up. You're gonna see possessions. You're gonna see dark stuff. All around dark stuff. So if you need to take a break, if it gets a little heavy, we understand. Come back in when you're okay. Love you guys. Anyway, I think we should continue with our adventure down to the planet. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Our hearts are ready for battle.
Glad to hear it, sister.
As everything starts to take off, you just hear this sad clicking noise as you see Arthur bouncing up and down trying to light a cigar, and the light just keeps going out while he's sitting next to crates of explosives.
Perfect.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
What is everyone else doing on this 7-minute ride down to the planet? Are you praying?
Praying.
Are you dialing in your scope, Wolf? Are you... Yeah, what's everyone doing?
Y'all go ahead first.
By the hand of Saint Catherine, I lay bare my soul. This bolt is my word, this flame, my creed. I descend, we descend in wrath, but we rise in glory. For the Emperor, for those who have martyred themselves in his name, For the light of his golden throne that does not yield, we descend onto this planet. And I pray with my beads in hand.
I believe those beads are in your character inventory.
Yeah.
The chaplet, I can't even, that's a big word.
That's a word.
Ecclesiasticus?
There you go. Yes, Ecclesiasticus. The chaplet Ecclesiasticus. That is your rosary.
Yes. This religious symbol is an Adeptus Ministorum icon hung upon a cord of adamantine beads. Some orders of the Adeptus Sororitas place each bead on the cord as a representation of acts of penance.
You want to read what it does?
This chaplet can be used as a symbol of authority, or if necessary, a garrote. What's a garrote?
The wire people use to choke people from
used to
behind.
choke
Oh!
Yes.
Flip it.
Oh shit, I can choke people with my rosary beads. Yo, I am definitely doing that at some point.
Oh, wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
But yes, as Sister Cerisa prays and Arthur is trying to light his cigar, it is a little bumpy, but overall, it is a smooth descent, like the engine seer said. All of a sudden, you feel a bit of a lurch as the grav jets kick in as you begin to descend upon the direct surface of the planet. And you feel a thud as you land. No gunfire, no anti-aircraft missiles launched in your direction, no flares needed to be launched. Seems rather easy. You hear as, again, the airlock breaks its seal, and the back ramp of the transport slowly goes down onto the landing pad. Who exits first?
Arthur has no issue just stepping off first. Also, because we're heading into potential heretical environments, he has now donned his power armor. So Arthur is now wearing. Anybody that is aware of certain things would know that he's wearing a specific type of light power armor, typically meant for like enforcers, like legal judge type enforcers.
The Arbides.
Yeah, the Arbides.
Ooh.
So Arthur stands up and walks out of the back of that loading dock or loading bay or loading ramp, let's call it.
Yeah.
With a nice pep in his step. He's ready to rock and roll.
And his cigar has finally lit.
Fantastic. As you exit the loading ramp, you see a woman there on the landing pad. Her arms are crossed. Both arms are augmetic. She has a beret on with the symbol of the Imperial Guard. She has some other filigree on her flak jacket, some ribbons, some awards. This is a highly decorated person here on at Bastion. I need to remember the name. I wrote it.
Ephira.
Ephira, yes, thank you. Bastion Ephira. So, go ahead, Wolf.
I was just gonna say, as we're leaving the ship, Wolf immediately puts his helmet on, and right before he does that, he says to the group, "The only people on this planet I'm gonna trust are the faces I see right now. Good hunting." Walking out.
So Wolf joins Arthur outside.
Mm-hmm. Balphagus will follow, and he'll motion to his scroll keeper, the cherub, and the cherub will grab the. If this is okay, actually, we'll grab the grav cart and push the cart behind us.
Sure. Yeah. It's not, it's got grav jets. It's not hard to push. But yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing on it. It's
Yeah.
just empty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all four of you enter out the loading ramp, and Arthur encounters this rather decorated Imperial Guardswoman first, but all three of you follow closely behind, and she looks at the four of you. These must be the Earthshaker rounds that we requested. Is that correct?
Yeah, right. Earthshaker rounds, all accounted for, right? And he looks at Balphagus.
They will require testing before use.
Okay. And where is the rest of the reinforcements that I was promised?
I don't remember hearing about no reinforcements. I think that might just be us.
No. Inquisitor, whatever her name was, on short-range broadcast, promised me Earthshaker shells and 10,000 troops. I see Earthshaker shells and 4 troops.
Inquisitor Philomena is her name. Sister Sarisa speaks up, heading down the ship.
Inquisitor Philomena, yes. And your name?
Adeptus Sororitas Sister Sarisa.
Lieutenant Caliph Drast. Nice to meet you, sister. That still doesn't answer my question, where are the other 99,996 troops I was promised?
You see us, the cherub load a scroll onto Balphagus's arm, and he starts to read off of it.
There is no mention in my data of troops that were to be provided by Inquisitor Poliso.
And you see her, like, she kind of scoffs under her breath, and she pulls her beret off and runs her hand through her. She has, the sides of her head are shaved, and she has kind of like a, long top knot back. Very militaristic type haircut for her. And Balphagus, you also notice her 2 augmetic arms. They're not fancy. They're nothing super special, but those are high quality augmetics. This is a highly decorated lieutenant, because we're playing Warhammer, lieutenant of the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum. So, no reinforcements, 200 Earthshaker rounds, and you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Arthur turns around and counts. Well, I don't think we're missing anyone.
Might I ask, Lieutenant, why it is that you were expecting so many troops?
Inquisitor Philomena said she was sending reinforcements to the amount of 10,000 troops and 200 Earthshaker rounds.
Yes, I'm inquiring the reason why. This planet, we know, has been already...
If we're going to debate this, I expect we do this in my quarters. Please follow me. And she about faces and walks towards what you can only see as a command tent. It is away from kind of the front, and you see a very large, maybe 50 meters away from the landing pad. It's not a very big bastion. If this is their bastion, this is like, the size, it's maybe 200 meters across. This landing pad is rather rough looking. It looks like it was made out of what they could. And there's this command tent. And as The lieutenant about faces and starts walking towards her command tent. You see about 1,000 guardsmen on the wall are staring at you four. You can see them whispering between one another. They're nodding in your direction as they hit each other on the shoulder. They were told they were getting 10,000 reinforcements. And they see you four. But the lieutenant is walking to her command tent.
I think Wolf is just getting a lay of the land, trying to think of if he were trying to break into this barricade, where the best spots would be, or the weakest points would be, and it's just ignoring the troops who are, kind of completely let down by his presence.
Yeah, there are, along this kind of 100-meter long bastion concrete wall, there are 4 parapets, kind of towers, that are looking over past this wall. You see almost, if this was a well-equipped world, this would be almost the perfect bottleneck. It is a canyon-like crevasse, high walls on each side, boulders, and just craters, foxholes in no man's land.
So Balfagus is like taking note of how many men are up on the parapets, and
you count 1,137 men.
Mm-hmm. And just out of curiosity, are there 10,000 men on the litany of I forget it.
The litany of absolution on the road.
Absolution.
Oh, absolutely. It is there might not be 10,000 soldiers, but the crew that would operate the litany of absolution is upwards of 30,000 crew members on her ship.
Okay, but it's not an unreasonable, like, we could have brought 10,000 soldiers.
You probably could have brought a couple thousand.
Okay.
But at no point did Inquisitor Philomena have 10,000 units in her retinue, no.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Wolf will lean over to Balfagus. How much time do you think we have before they're overrun?
I would need more data. It's hard to say without further information.
Why don't you give me an investigation check? DN3. Oof. Cool, that's a lot of failures.
Yeah, right?
With 4, okay, so you succeed. As your eyes scan, your cortex purrs as you pull in every little bit of information. Not only did you get a sense that they probably have days worth of rations, days worth of reserves of ammo. You count 2 heavy bolter nests on the walls. You count a couple mortar tubes on the ground, a couple boxes of mortars. Maybe, depending on the force that attacks this wall, they might fall at any moment.
If variables remain consistent, it is likely that they can hold out for another 2 or 3 days.
Hey, speed run, fantastic. And you'll just start walking, following the lieutenant. And just all that humor and humanity that he had on the ship is completely gone.
And Arthur follows the lieutenant as well, staying pretty close.
Do you also follow, sister?
Yes, I also follow.
Great. So you 4 follow the lieutenant into her command tent. And you see as you walk in, she goes around kind of her war table, and she goes to what can only be described as a little bit of a drinking little nook, and she pulls out 5 glasses and pours some sort of alcohol in 5 glasses. And she kind of puts her fingers in them and just kind of puts them in the center of the table. And you see her kind of sigh. I didn't want to argue with you in front of the soldiers.
Arthur takes one of the drinks.
She holds it up
Yeah.
to you. And you drink it. It is for, well, I don't know how Arthur would respond. It is pure rot gut. This is war trench liquor that they're brewing behind enemy
Oh.
lines.
He drinks it like it's water that he's been missing.
Do you shoot it?
Oh, yeah. He, like,
She's-
sips at it first, and then he just slams the rest of it back.
as you do that, she's like, you should probably.
Yeah, no, all right, I'll be fine. Well, not my first time. It's all right.
So 4 reinforcements. Why are you here? Why not just send the Earthshaker rounds? Why waste 4 good bodies?
This isn't a secret, right? Like the last one.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Nope.
The last mission was a secret. This
Correct.
one
We can
we're
tell
allowed.
everybody.
Yes. The
Good
last
call,
one.
good
The
call.
last one was more Jason Bourne. This is weapons free.
Okay. The Inquisitor has sent us here to retrieve something and scour the planet for signals that we've been receiving.
You are to assist us in locating the Vox Arx Ultima.
Vox Arc. It's not that hard to locate. It's 10 clicks north, and she points to like the no man's land.
Then you shall assist us in reaching that destination.
Look, Tech Priest. I'm not really sure how they do it on wherever you're from. But the only way I'm leaving this bastion is in a box. Now I can provide the means to getting you to Vox Arc Ultima, but there's just one little problem. You see your little dropship there? No doubt that the heretic forces saw it come down from low orbit. They will attack tonight. They always attack at night. And I don't know if you've seen the faces on that wall. Those aren't soldiers. Half of them have only picked up a lasgun in the last 3 or 4 years. So let's make a deal. You seem able-bodied. A nice group of trained soldiers on the wall might do some good. I know they will attack tonight. They always do, whether we get land speeders across planet with whatever bolter rounds we can get, the old rotten grox meat that we're feeding these troops. They know when reinforcements come, and that Thunderhawk is not small. So I turned my anti-aircraft guns off for you. And if you want help getting to the Vox Arc, you should help me. That's how I see this going down.
What assistance will you provide us if we are to help with your defense?
I can spare a Torox. And a Torox is almost like a SUV, but instead of wheels, it has mini treads. So it's like a mini 4-wheeled tank. I can spare a Torox to get you those 10 miles. And if we put up a good defense, maybe I can spare you 5 extra men. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, now, I'll be honest with you. I don't much think fighting at night's my favorite thing. So, my question for you is, where are they coming from, eh? What if we run in there, wipe them all out right now?
You want to spearhead an attack on them?
Yeah, why not?
They outnumber us almost 5 to 1. Every day, more good men and women fall to their dirty lies and tricks.
Right, do you know who's in charge of all these heretics? Who's running the show for them?
A man named Eamon Thal.
All right, right, that's good, that's good. Now, do you know where he is?
No.
Roughly. Now that would be good information.
You're telling me. I
Yeah.
would love to know where he is, yes.
So, what you're saying, Lieutenant, is we help you survive for 1 day more, and you give us the resources we need for our mission?
You help me survive tonight. Look. I did the Inquisitor a favor. I could have shot you out of the sky the moment you entered radar range. But I didn't. They have eyes and ears all over the place. There's no reason for a Thunderhawk to drop down here unless it was carrying something important. They're going to hit us hard tonight. I can promise you that. You help us defend, I will give you that Torox. And enough. I'll give you 2 full magazines for the autocannons, even. You want to drive into no man's land? Feel the wrath of the Ashborn? Be my guest. But I'm not leaving these men behind.
You and your men's perseverance in this time and on this planet is honorable. And I, for one, would say that it would be an honor to fight beside the Astra Militarum in their fight against the heretical.
Thank you, sister.
So I would be happy to help.
Good.
I think it would be advantageous for the 4 of us to stay here and help these people. They have been through enough. And this planet, as we see, it's not long for this world. The Astra Militarum have served well here. It would be at least something of an extension of our service to help them.
I must have access to your field data. Casualty reports. Inventory.
We can provide that, yes.
I think a sister's got a good idea, eh? I've never been one to turn down a good fight.
Well, it still is relatively early. Yes, Scion.
Just put me at the highest point, and I'll take out as many as I can.
As you say that, Arthur hands you the cigar.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. The canyon is rigged with flare traps. When they're triggered, it will shoot a phosphor flare into the air. That's how we'll know they're coming.
How long have you been holding this canyon?
Too long, it seems. We've been stationed here. Now, let's see. 7 months. They attack every few nights. But it's long overdue for a massacre. They're going to come, not for me, but for whatever was on that Thunderhawk.
I would be ashamed to put it to use then, yeah?
If we fire, look, there's a reason we ask for Earthshaker rounds, is because our rounds are exhausted. If we test fire a basilisk, it will alert them that we are now armed. Wouldn't the element of surprise be better?
That is correct. I was not aware of the current situation.
Okay. Well, I suggest you pick your spots. We have shit food, but it's food. Feel free to talk to the men. I'm sure they'll be pleased to see a scion in the ranks, a sister. Tech priest. And a... What are you, sir?
Right, you're looking at me, eh? Rogue trader, eh?
A rogue trader? Well, we've never had a rogue trader here on Vorgaroth.
First for everything.
I feel There's one more thing I should tell you. Amenthal came to this world 5 years ago. He met with the governor, said he was also looking for something, but I was not privy to their conversations. We are an agri-world. We don't fight, we provide food and sustenance. He's searching for something. Our mining equipment, our digging equipment. Out in no man's land, you'll encounter his strip mines.
What purpose would they have with this equipment?
Whatever it is, he seems to think that it's buried somewhere. That was before he showed his true colors and started the Ashbourne. Assassinated the governor. Was paying more than the Imperial Guard does, so got a lot of friendly troops under his banners. He has sway. I don't know what it is, but he's powerful.
Whatever it is. I hate to say it, but it will not come to fruition. He will be stopped, and this planet, everything, every person, every being that has walked on this planet, they will be taken care of if they follow this Ashbourne and this Amenthal.
Let's just make it through the night then, I guess. You have permission to roam about the camp, the bastion. I'd recommend staying away from Vortak, our local commissar. He is quite ornery. He hung 3 soldiers just this morning.
Shit.
Stupid call.
Well, they...
What? Body you have.
They fled. They
All right,
broke.
that sounds more like the commissar's issue. Yeah? Not keeping morale up and whatnot. You know what you need.
What do
Right,
I need?
you should let me talk to him, yeah? Give an inspiring speech or something. Might help.
Talk to the men.
I think perhaps I should be the one to inspire the ranks. Arthur, that I think that's more my specialty.
Yeah, all right. Sister, after you. Yeah, all the emperor and whatnot. I heard you praying the other night. Got me all up in a tizzy. So yeah, maybe it'll do the same for these lads.
In a tizzy, yes. Perhaps a tizzy of
Murderous rage, hopefully, right? Yeah, that's kind of the goal.
Yes, righteous fury. Is what I was looking
righteous fury, right? Yeah.
for. All right.
Okay.
Well,
If you have any other questions, I will be here, looking over these battle plans. Heavy bolters are armed in the towers. Mortars should have mortar shells there, but if you require any other requisitions, I'll see what the servitors can rouse up.
thank you, Lieutenant.
Tech priest.
Yes.
Our engine seers, our master of ordnance, he turned.
That's highly unfortunate.
Look, my men are they're no master of ordnance, they're no tech priest. If you are willing and able, perhaps you may speak to the machine spirit of those basilisks.
It would be my sacred honor to communicate with the machine spirit.
Thank you. May it shoot true. Our lives depend on it. At ease. And yeah.
Yeah, he would take his leave.
Yeah, you guys are free to move about the camp. You can go see the commissar, talk to some guardsmen, get a lay of the land. If you want to question some of them, you can do that. Or we can go right into battle, whatever you want to do.
The casualty reports that I got,
Yes.
what are they saying about, like, how many men are they losing to each of these assaults? Like, what am I assuming if I like follow this trend on the graph? Like, you know, what are our odds looking like? What should I roll for that if that's a thing? A calculation.
Let's see. I mean, you have such high investigation. Give me it's the same. Give me a scholar roll. As you're getting this information, scholar to decipher this information that you're getting.
Using past history and stuff.
So 8 successes with 2 shifts.
Christ, okay.
I have
doing
like
what he's
2
good at,
augmetics
yeah.
that increase my intelligence, and I stacked my intelligence and completely tanked my fellowship. I am not.
So
I'm not very.
Looking at these reports, you know, if you weren't told that this is heretic, you know, this is a war between heretics, you would just think this is like a war between the Astra Militarum. All of the casualty reports, death from lasgun, death from autogun, There's nothing here that speaks heresy. There's no reports of demons. There's no reports of any mutations. This just seems like human on human violence. But from the casualty
And how
rate,
bad?
yeah. It's bad, but it's tapered off. Like, there was a sharp decline within the last year and a half. But then it's kind of plateaued. It almost seems like they're holding their ground. Maybe the Ashborn aren't pushing any longer. Maybe they're just having a battle of attrition now. Maybe they don't want to expand their borders. It's almost as if like they're toying with them when you read these reports.
Okay. And so I don't get the sense that like I mean, other than the potential fact that they might throw a heavier attack at us, it wasn't like they were my initial calculations were that they were going to like run out of supplies in a couple of days, but they're probably going to hold. This doesn't look like, they're going to be overwhelmed tonight.
From the reports that you read, yes. Tonight, if it was a normal attack, they lose, 10, 15 men. They report X amount of casualties on the other side, and they regroup. But that's just from this bastion. This isn't the now this might be an important stronghold, but there are other bastions around the planet. You get, Bastion Kaifis, Bastion Zeli. You're getting reports, and it's all the same. 10, 15 men every 2 or 3 days, X amount of ammo exhausted. It's almost like everything is calculated from one side or another. Like, they're purposely only killing 10 men and then retreating. They attack, they count 10, 15 casualties, then they fall back.
This data reveals much. We should discuss. And
he will start to describe, part of that analysis, and he'll say,
it seems that the offense from the enemy has been artificial. The casualties could have been much greater. If what the Bastion says is true, and we can expect a much greater force tonight, they could wipe out this camp if they so chose to. We should consider what our best option is. Will 5 extra men and a vehicle be worth it if we do not survive the night?
And this is what you've gathered from these calculations.
I have gathered that these men are doomed to failure, whether it be tonight or in a few nights from now. They will meet their end. If their goal is to stop this Aemon from achieving his goals, then the best course of action for the glory of the Emperor and the Omnissiah would be for these 1,000 men to follow us towards the Vox Arx Ultima. And we should leave now.
You are suggesting we have all of these guardsmen come with us.
That is correct.
You just heard the lieutenant. She is not leaving this place. These men, their mission is here.
Then we should consider leaving without them.
Our job here is important. Our mission is true. We are on an important mission. But I cannot just stand here and let these men simply perish without any assistance. Your calculations, though they may be accurate, there is one thing. Was it Balfagus? There is one thing that you do not calculate within those cogs and wheels. You do not have faith. So what you think may happen on this field, that is one. But you have not seen the miracles I have seen. I think we can stand here tonight and defend alongside these guardsmen. And our faith will stand strong. And we will win.
You are correct, sister. I do not have faith. I have an unyielding certainty of the machine god's absolute divine will. And my purpose is clear. I will make my suggestion, but I will follow the will of the group.
I look to the other two. Based on Balficus's calculations and my faith in this fight, I would love the input of the two of you and what you think. Look at all of these men here. I see the fear in their eyes. I do not want to leave them simply to perish. What would the two of you suggest?
Wolf helmet still on, and the helmet is masked, so all you see are these two bright lights where his eyes should be, and the rest of it just metal. Tech Priest is right. They probably got, 1-2 days left in them. Most of them probably wasting ammo in what direction they're shooting. But a few of those shells that we brought in, Arthur's axe. What's a day off the schedule? Adia fell before the guard did.
All right, we've got a whole bunch of Earthshaker rounds. I'm sure that will do some damage. Matt, little question for our calculator over there. What would the explosion radius be if we just wanted to, I don't know, blow them all up all at once?
Love that. Yeah, what would that be?
Balficus, love that.
Give me 1 second.
Balficus is emotionless, but I am super excited about that.
We're probably going to have to, because 50% of them are probably duds. So
Let's see.
So when you say blow them all, you mean like the
Put them in a
Ashborn,
pile,
right?
light a match.
Put them in a pile, hit them with a heavy flamer, see what happens.
I see.
Or put them in a pile, have our snipers shoot it from a distance safely.
The explosion radius of an Earthshaker round is 170 feet.
a good radius.
Now, is
That's
that
pretty-
linear math?
That's a
If we
lot.
just do a multiple of how many we've got?
Got 200. So
That's a lot.
Just saying.
So are you talking about building an IED out of an Earthshaker round? Is that what you're planning on doing?
No.
I have a thing. I like that idea in
Oh.
the sense of we have traps set for basically
Oh.
Balthasar will probably be able to scan out the what is it?
Balthagis.
Balthagis?
It's
Wait,
whatever. Man. It's whatever.
I don't know what I said. We'll be able to scan out the weak spots in which they were most likely to target to try to enter. We place the bombs there, and once they get to a large amount, quantity of them, then yes, I'd shoot them to trigger the trap. Big explosion. I mean, it'll weaken the barricade. However, it'll give us that day that we were going to offer anyways.
Yeah, right. If they're all going to die anyways, what's the real deal? What's the point? Eh? Let them go out with a bang.
Are you planning on planting the Earthshaker rounds at the base of the wall, or are you going out and planting them that way? Like,
That might be a solid cunning roll for us to figure out what's going to have the most effect.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Or
are you suggesting that we
idea-
booby trap the base, and then when
that's Arthur's idea is big bomb in the center, a la Nuketown, and then when they all come in, you blow it.
you blow it up, like the doors are open, and they all rush in, and they're like, "Oh, who left the doors open?" And then you
exactly,
like
and then we shoot
They're
them
all
from the
gonna die
mountains.
anyways, type deal.
Yeah.
and we just hope we're far enough from the blast. Yes,
That's what you're for, is to tell us how big the blast is going to be, and then Wolf is there to make sure that it goes off from a distance. Just an idea.
Now, are you
like-
planning? Are you saying that we warn our buddies about this and get them out?
Well, I didn't
a
say
lot?
that.
Okay, that's
Right.
what I thought. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
We already
like,
know this place is going to get overrun. Yes.
yeah, right. Doesn't the Emperor eat like 40 billion people every morning for breakfast? So, like, what's another 1,000?
Excuse me.
He's out of line, but he's got a point.
Now, what was that about eating a million people?
Yeah, right. Doesn't the Emperor have to like kill a bunch of people every day to sustain? So, like, 1,000 people here
I
for
don't know
us
what
to
you're talking
sustain.
about.
Oh, right. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Now, if you want, we could try to save them, bring them with us.
So you're saying you want the if I'm understanding this correctly, Rogue Trader, you
Arthur.
you want these guardsmen to be collateral upon this.
Right. Want's a strong word. Yeah. But, like, sure. If they want to come with us and run out, they can. If they want to stay and fight, we can make sure that the enemies have more casualties than us.
I think that they made it very clear they are holding their ground here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe they do not have the data analysis that we do.
How big are these?
Each shell is 38 kilograms.
Holy shit!
Or I mean, that's doable. Okay.
Damn, you brought all these?
Yeah. I've got a ship. It's kind of my
Jeez.
thing, right? Rogue, trader, trading, roguing.
Yes. It's just very large rounds.
That's not even all of them. I mean, that was all that we found. Yeah. Right? Shut up now.
I mean, we could set maybe not 200, but a good amount of them. 100, maybe 200 feet away from the wall. That could possibly slow them down, scare them off a little bit for the night.
As you're discussing this,
Mhm.
you hear the crunching of footsteps approaching you four talking in this little group, saying, "Oh, like, blow it all up. No, let's do this. Let's do this." And yeah, you hear footsteps approaching, and you turn and you see a guardsman. He's maybe 16, 17, 125 pounds soaking wet. The las gun is practically up to his chest. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you an Adeptus Sororitas?
And it begins.
Right.
Yes, young guardsman, I am.
We've heard stories about the brides of the Emperor. We've never seen one before, though.
Well, we...
And he looks back towards, like, his mates on the wall, and he, like, gives a little thumbs up, and they all start, like, oh my god.
Well, we are chosen by the Emperor himself. I, myself, a daughter of St. Catherine.
So your mother was also a sororitas?
In one way, in some manner of speaking, I suppose, yes, but it is more a figure of speech.
I see. And he looks over to Wolf and he goes, Emperor a Tempestus Scion. Here on Vorgaroth. You must have the greatest stories. To be lifted in the arms of the Emperor, to a stormtrooper. The Commissar always says that if we do well, maybe one day we'll be able to become a Scion ourselves.
It's a lot of training, kid. Each of us get our own task, mission. A lot of training. You know what mine is?
No.
Mine is make sure the mission gets completed, even when the planet's up in smoke.
Well, of course, that's why we're all here. We are the last bastion. Well, that's what the Commissar says.
That's right, kid.
Tell me, young guardsman, what is your name?
Private Skellig, ma'am.
Private Skellig. I see that you have much ambition in your eyes. You have faith, yes?
Of course, yes. So much faith, yes.
Tell me, would you like a prayer of benediction?
Sure. Of course, yes, please.
I would be happy to give one to you for being so bold and brave to come here and speak to us.
Well, how does it work?
She leans down and just like puts her hand on his shoulder. Emperor, who watches from the Golden Throne, we ask that not for power, but for victory, that you may guide Private Skellig's steps. Show him where to stand when bullets fall. Whisper where to shoot, when to kneel, when to rise. Let him not fail, he and his comrades. Let him not shame your name. And if he dies, let him fall with light on his face.
And when you say that, his eyes kind of open up, like, oh boy.
As In death we serve. And the life of a martyr is a life to be praised. And she removes her hand.
Thank you, sister. I feel his glory already.
Let that fuel you, guardsman.
I should probably return back to my post.
Yes, return to your guardsmen with vigor. And stand true and stand tall and be ready to fight.
I'll make sure the bolters are loaded and the men know where to aim.
Ready yourselves to cleanse the ash.
Cleanse the
Yes.
ash.
Flesh degrades, but
And
function
you see him kind of jump
endures.
when he hears Balfagis's voice.
Sanctify this flesh tool in its final cycle, O Omnissiah.
Oh.
Balfagus gives his own blessing.
Sister Sarisa looks over at Balfagus.
Uh-oh, the parents are fighting.
Oh, thank you all. Emperor protect you. And he has his helmet under his arm and he takes it off and he puts it back on and you could tell like it wasn't fitted for him. This was old army surplus that they just gave to him when they drafted him. It doesn't fit well. It's as he kind of like power walks away, he has a little pep in his step and you see his helmet kind of wobbling on his head. But yeah, he climbs up the battlement and meets up with his other buddies and they're kind of, you can tell they're talking about what just happened.
I look to the three of them after the kid leaves. Now, tell me again how you want these guardsmen to just perish.
Yeah, right. They hold the line.
Affirmative system. I believe that we should still leave.
So, remind me again of what your suggestion was with these rounds that we have.
The ones we don't shoot off at the enemy, we place as traps as they charge towards the walls. Once they go off, not only will they kill whoever's there, but they'll make difficult terrain for them to go across and easier targets to shoot at.
And we stay here while that happens, and then after we head out.
Well, hopefully they can last one more day. We will need our ship to come back and pick us up. But if not, maybe we go with Arthur's plan and just blow the whole thing sky high.
All right. I'm aligned with this.
The first or second one, there was two options given.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
earth,
I
the,
thought
the,
that-
the Earthshaker traps or blow the whole bastion up.
I thought it was the traps, and if for some reason it's like still bad, then we blow it sky high. That's
Got it.
like we do the first part of the plan, and if like it's like it ain't working, then we blow it sky high, kind of thing. I'm aligned with this.
We should assemble the requisitioned men in the case of our eventual retreat.
As long as they can keep up.
Yes. So if we do have to do the whole blow sky high, we try to just get them out with us, is what we're saying. I am aligned with this. Well, I suppose we should get everything ready then.
I'll grab some guardsmen, and we'll figure this out.
Balfigus will go off to go find the machinery that he's supposed to bless.
Arthur, what are you doing?
Arthur, to be very clear, has no skills in making bombs. So he's going to let the others do. He's got a couple of things he's good at. And two of those things may be beneficial in this situation, which is both either intimidation or leadership. To get any and all of them, you either die trying or follow me because you like my words. And so Arthur is going to turn to the sister. All right, sister, you think you could rally all the troops like you did that lad? Get them all worked up?
Yes, I think I could lead an inspiring speech before the evening proceeds.
All right, and if that don't work, I'll have it out with them.
You'll have it out with them.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, right. So, a few things that the boys will understand. Fear,
Yes, fear. It is a tool.
right? I'll wield it. You inspire them. If that don't work, well, they can come see me.
I see. All right. Yes, I will make sure to rally everybody together before we get into this.
Okay.
Just out of character mechanically. So I get, I think, 7 dice in intimidation and 6 dice in leadership,
Holy shit.
depending on what we want to do.
That would be correct.
I don't know what everybody else's skills are like that, but
I think I might be the bomb guy. I don't know what other skill would be.
So yeah,
one to
so
do that.
as you guys figure this out, you see the servitors pulling the carts of Earthshaker rounds out of the Thunderhawk, and the last cart gets pulled out, and you see the tech priest who is flying the Thunderhawk walk over to you and shows you the data slate and goes, "Your signature is requested for confirmation of delivery."
who's he going over to?
Just he's putting it out by the 4 of you before you
Oh.
break up and do your missions.
Arthur doesn't even hesitate and just like, yeah, there's my credit card.
Good luck. The Inquisitor will be pleased with an update.
Right, one sec. Yeah. The Thunderhawk, right? It's got guns?
It does, yes.
Right. What if I said you're being requisitioned to help us fight for tonight, yeah?
I report to Inquisitor Poliso.
Right. Yeah, when you're up there.
My duty is to return the Thunderhawk to the flagship.
All right, but like that could be done tomorrow, ain't it? That's possible. And you all realize that Arthur is about to intimidate this dude into doing what he wants if nobody stops him.
You're not going to get any objection from Balfigus. You're good to go.
Hey, more
Are you
guns, more
rolling
fun.
a regular intimidation check? How are you intimidating him? Just with words?
Yeah, so we'll go with the threat of just the intimidating of like, I could take your ship right now and you couldn't stop me. I'm bigger than you. I'm meaner than you. and I could rip you limb from limb and then pilot it myself. Just that physical threat. And he'll add into it. Well, depending on how well the roll goes, there may be some additional verbiage, but I don't want to go too far in case I choke on it and got to come up with something really stupid to say.
Okay. Because this is a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and he does not report to you, it will be a DN5.
Done. I would
Am
like to
I-
use a glory die.
Yeah. Oh, also, I had 2 shifts, but I don't know how to add them to the glory.
Got
that
it. So
should have been added.
Yep, you are
before.
max. So 6 is your max glory.
Then could I use 2 glory for this? Anybody got a problem with
Sure.
that?
No,
Nope.
although I do want to also say, does my statistical certainty ability work here? Is it only in combat, or am I
No,
able to
you-
reduce?
If you want to analyze this tech priest and use something that you see on him to help Arthur
Yeah.
with this role, absolutely go
I
ahead.
see what he's trying to do, and I see that he might need some data to assist in his intimidation. So I am going. My optical eyes like homes in, and I am like You hear the
cortex.
the processing unit in my
Yeah.
head just like start whirring up the sigil cortex.
So you're doing intimidation, right?
Yes, and I would like to use 2 glory dice and whatever benefit I'm getting from
So
the calculator.
Belphagus,
You
go
remove-
ahead and roll an intimidation roll. So roll your 4 dice.
Is that to me or Bijan?
Belphagus. To Belphagus.
Wait. Oh, to me? Oh, really? That's what I do for that?
Yep. So
Oh,
roll,
I didn't.
roll your intimidation.
Okay. Two successes, 3 failures.
So it's actually 3 successes because you automatically succeed 1 anytime you help. So yeah, so for each die, your ally gains an extra icon on the test result. So whenever you help with a skill, your ally gains an automatic icon, an automatic win.
It says, I may reduce the amount of bonus die you provide by an amount equal up to my rank.
Yes. So
For every die removed, your ally gains an extra icon on their test result. So I don't
Yes.
think I need to roll anything, right? It's just my rank that they take.
but you can still get more. So if it was just your rank, it would just be 1 success. But since you had you rolled a 6, which is 2 successes, and a 1, 3, and 3, one of those 3s automatically becomes a win. Does that make sense?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So you have 3 extra dice upon your 2 glory dice that you're using. So you have whatever it is, 7 plus 5 dice.
Plus 5?
Yes. So 2
Okay.
from glory, 3 from Belphagus.
Yep. All right, and then DN5?
DN5.
Dude,
All
what if
right.
you roll all failure? I shouldn't have said
Dude, honestly, if I do, we're going to come up with something real dumb to say. It's going to be great.
Ooh. And you get and you rolled a 6 on the wrath die, so you automatically gain another glory back.
There we go.
So you used 2, got 1 back. 6 successes, 8 failures. Perfect. So
It's a lot of failures.
but you succeeded. So you see this engine seer. What do you say to him?
Yeah, all right, you report. To the Inquisitor, sure. But shame it would be if we turned on them anti-aircraft rockets right as you start flying off. Eh? Be a real shame.
It is not funny to joke about destruction of inquisitorial property.
Eh, it's not, which is why it ain't a joke. So what you're going to do is you're going to get in that damn ship and you're going to cover our fucking asses all night. And if at any point I think you're leaving, we'll blow you right out of the sky. Eh? How about that?
He looks at Belphagus. Do you condone this level of heresy?
It is not my action to condone.
Arthur, do we think this is necessary to intimidate this? I almost want to say creature. This individual who is merely trying to do their job.
Yeah,
The Inquisitor
right?
that
No,
we report to.
that makes total sense. I understand. Arthur pulls out his shuriken pistol and points it at the individual. I could just kill him and take the ship. But here's the thing. If he leaves, right, Balfagus, right, mate, what are the chances the increase if he watches us all night compared to leaving? Because I think that might be a big number.
And Balfagus's eyes roll back into his head for a minute as he runs some calculations. I don't have a specific percentage, but I would imagine that he would say something.
The statistical increase is significant.
Right. So significant increase for the orders that we've got for the Inquisitor, which I think she'll be okay with. The fact that we requisitioned the ability to get the job done, yeah? I think so. And he's just pointing the shuriken pistol, like, unwavering, like, an inch away from this individual.
And for the first time, it's been under his jacket this entire time. Arthur has a Xenos weapon.
And it's nice.
No, it is not.
I'm on bomb duty right now, by the way.
Wolf
Wolf's
is
like
not here.
pointing guardsmen, like, yeah, lift that one. Yeah, we're about to go on a little tour. Let's go.
Arthur, first of all, do I dare even ask where you got such a weapon?
Right, yeah, it was a gift.
Secondly, I think this might be a little excessive. We don't want to have this reported back to the Inquisitor now, do we?
No, I'm fine with it, really. Yeah? Because here's the thing, yeah? We do this. Little guy runs back up to Inquisitor and says, hey, Inquis, they made me watch the back so that they could get the job done. If I had left, they might have died. And it works out for me. Works out for you. Works out for the quiz.
Rest assured, sister, I will be recording and reporting everything that happens.
Oh, Emperor, this is a test of my patience. Truly. You know what? Fine. You go ahead. If you really think it is worth trying to get this, then keep...
Think about all the lives this guy will save, right?
Let's just hope that will be the case.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And Arthur just smiles that same, like, evil smile that he did earlier, and then looks back at... You said this was a tech priest?
It is an engine seer, yeah, a type of tech
Engine
priest.
seer. And just turns that smile on him. Right, so... You gonna follow order I gave you? Or... And he just kind of, like, shakes the pistol a little bit.
Rest assured, Engine Seer, I will report your death and his crime should it come to it.
Yeah, right. Also, make sure to record the fact that I look dashing. Right? Yeah, is that in the record?
Your appearance will be noted accurately.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, then. He just kind of, like, twirls the mustache.
Give me 1 second.
We out here causing heresy.
Planned for this.
Always one thing that happens.
Right? Because it's like, we're going to have a battle, and we're like, yeah, and we're going to booby trap the shit out of it and have the pilot use missiles from the air.
I should have known. Let's
Yes.
see here.
I told Joe here to cause chaos.
That's A-okay.
But no, that's heresy.
No chaos.
is literal heresy.
Hey, you're letting it happen right now, so you're implicit. Complicit. Yeah, complicit. Yeah.
Got him.
I am not committing heresy. I will record your actions and you will atone.
Right. If anything, it's baby heresy, right? It's not like big heresy.
Baby. Just the casual heresy.
Eh.
Oh, Pat, he's rolling something.
So he looks at you, looks at Balphagus, looks at you, Arthur, looks at Balphagus. I can provide heavy bolter fire from above and provide 2 rocket missile pods. But after my weapons have been exhausted, I will be returning to the flagship to report your insubordination.
Right, that sounds about right. I'm sure the quiz is expecting some form of that anyways.
The quiz.
Calculations concur. Proceed.
Arthur does stop and look at Balphagus. All right, Balphagus, does that sound about right for the weapons it's got?
Like, in what terms?
And like, is he being honest with the amount of weapons that he can, or that he can offer, and is choosing not to?
Oh,
So
you know what? I will.
Yeah.
I would not even think to question him. I would assume he would be telling us the
Okay.
truth,
So,
like as.
So there
Offer.
are.
Yeah.
There are. So I mistakenly called it a Thunderhawk when it should have been a Valkyrie.
Mhm.
It's a different. A Thunderhawk is a
Totally
Space
fine.
Marine ship. A Valkyrie is the Imperial Guard
Mhm.
ship. But
Gotcha.
a Valkyrie has 2 heavy bolters, Hellstrike missiles, and a multi-laser. Multi-laser is just kind of like a las gun. So yeah, that is the
that's
weapons that are on this thing.
smaller.
It's the heavy bolters and the missiles.
Yeah. Then Arthur pats him on the shoulder. All right. Glad we came to an understanding then. All right. Well, let's get some bombs. And he puts his shuriken pistol away.
Okay.
Sister Sarissa just shakes her head and walks away.
I must return to the process.
And Wolf, you are gathering up the shells to go plant them?
Yes. Because I'm assuming I have to go outside the barricade, which is a little bit behind enemy
Yes.
lines
Yep.
type deal. So
Well, yeah. So you're in this canyon. So the barricade, almost like Helm's Deep, if you can
That's
imagine
what I was
Helm's
thinking.
Deep.
Okay.
Yeah, very similar to Helm's Deep, where there's like cliffs on each side. There's this ravine, this canyon. There's small plateaus littering the canyon, and it goes uphill. And so, yeah, they open up their gates. You can grab a couple servitors to pull the carts for you, and yeah, you can just start burying Earthshaker shells. Any specific place you want them? Any?
Absolutely. So you said it's slanted up, so I think Wolf would assume to put them in spots that would cause rock slides.
Fantastic.
Any spots that would have them lose that those high peak areas for them to set up any firing ranges on us or
Sure,
anything
sure.
like that. So, and then any spot that makes sense for them to get a full charge going to hit the wall. So those would be his main focal points.
Got it. So how many are you
guys.
planting?
Going like each guy would probably. How much time do we have?
It's at this
Are you
point
being- okay,
you
cool.
left at 5 a.m. So it's still early.
Mhm.
I
I think for it to take the whole day, and
yeah, because you have to dig
when-
you have to dig a hole for an 85-pound shell.
exactly.
Yeah.
I would say for each. Are we going to be surrounded, or is it just a one wall area or 2 of the walls? What's the?
You look at some of the battle reports and maybe you hear some of the talking, but they attack head on. They don't care. There's no strategy. It is just full-on madness, chaos, head-on charge. No strategy about it.
Got it. So with any engineers he has with him, we'll basically say, the problem with anybody that is, rebels or, just resistances, they don't have any organization. We can possibly funnel them into a certain area with these explosives. I mean, I could be blind and still hit something at that point. And he's talking about it so like nonchalantly that I assume that some of them are just looking at him like, oh, this man's crazy. But I think he would focus on that, trying to get about 5 set up at each wall. So that's like 500 feet across.
Mm-hmm. At the base of the bastion wall?
Yes, but like 100 feet from the wall, and then five on each wall area. Does that make sense? So each wall has 5 bombs going from one end to the other.
So there's 5. So you're planning them every 20 yards or so.
Mm-hmm.
Got
You
it.
said 100 feet radius, and
Yeah. Okay.
got it. Okay.
And then you're planning ones under the plateaus to create rock slides, all that good stuff.
Rock slides, cave-ins, anything to make their lives hell, trying to get closer and closer to the wall.
Okay, give me a tech roll as you plant these bombs.
I instinctually picked up dice. Fine. Could I have Balphagus? Did I say your name right, Bijan?
Yeah. Sorry.
Could I ask for his assistance as well with this one?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You said it's a tech roll.
Yes, please.
So do I roll first?
Oh, if Belphagus is helping you, I'm not even gonna have you roll. You
I've got 12 dice for a
For
tech
tech.
roll.
Oh my
Yes.
god!
If you go to Belphagus and you're like you got these Earthshaker rounds in this cart, you're trying to measure out like you're doing like the military like you don't even have like a tape measure. You're like making steps and you're like counting.
We use our boots. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, is that 170 feet? And you go to Belphagus and you go, hey, Belphagus, I need your help with this. He comes and joins you. He goes there. He just maps this entire canyon. And yeah, easy with Belphagus's help.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just have guardsmen start digging them up and getting them started.
And as you're digging, the commissar approaches you. And even in your current rank as a Tempestus Scion, commissars still have authority over you. It's ingrained in a member of the Astra Militarum to follow the commissar.
Mhm.
And he looks down at you. Soldier, what do you think you're doing?
Sir, setting up explosives for the oncoming battle.
And who gave you permission to set those explosives this close to the wall?
The Inquisitor, sir.
I don't see a Inquisitor on planet.
He looks up. That was probably a good call for the Inquisitor, sir.
Remove those shells right now.
Understood. If that's the case, then me and my men will probably leave this to make sure that we complete our mission elsewhere.
If you can't sabotage my hard-earned wall, my bastion, you're gonna turn tail? I'll shoot you on sight. He points over to the gallows where 3 soldiers are currently hanging. Test me.
Sir, if you really want this fight, I really hope you've made sure your family knows what you want on your gravestone.
My family's known since the day I joined the guard, son.
Then this will be easy, and I would like to shoot.
You're gonna shoot him?
I'm gonna shoot right across his face before he can even pull his gun.
Oh, hell yeah. Arthur mad respects this. Just saying.
Give me a ballista skill test.
Got it.
Oh.
Malphicus
So-
washes impassionately.
So this is interesting. Okay, so there are rules for these types of roles. They're called, give me 1 second, I have to remember them.
Absolutely.
Where I have it here. Interaction attacks. So these are attacks that you get to narrate. Like, you are attacking, like, exactly. You are putting the lasgun beam right past his cheek. So
Correct.
if you'd like to use, so I'll give you a little bargain. If you want to use ballistic skill, I will allow it. But if you fail, you will hit the commissar.
Fantastic.
Or you could use
okay.
something like intimidation or persuasion instead.
Please add glory dice to this.
So my intimidation's ass. No, I gotta use ballistic.
Okay.
And then can I this is a called shot,
This is a called shot.
and also can I use aim?
Oh
That's
yeah,
my
because
action.
you're not moving. You can use aim if you're not moving.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes, it is a short-ranged, aimed, called shot. And
Alright,
it is a DN of a commissar. Oh yeah, when you take aim action and make a called shot, you double your well, you're not trying to damage him, are you?
No, I know.
Okay.
No,
Well,
well,
just that
you know,
talent. That
staring
talent, yeah.
his cheek, yeah. All right. Oh, can I use a glory dice, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Use multiple.
Please use like
I don't
2.
know.
Do
if I
not
can
shoot the
use
commissar in the
multiple.
face,
Yeah.
so please use
Or if you
glory
do,
dice.
make it count.
What are the rules with helping, by the way? Like, how does helping is not
think
in
you
an
can help
attack
with this
roll,
one.
right?
No, it's just so if you
It's for
want,
skills.
so essentially if you were next to Wolf and during a firefight and you wanted to and he was sniping at people, you could roll your ballistic skill and then any successes and you get the one for free would like you are essentially telling him the wind speed, the elevation. You're giving him battlefield data as it's happening,
Okay.
benefiting his rolls.
And that would be like an action if
Correct.
I like.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
How do I add glory die?
So
do you
you would
add that,
just
Chris?
let's see here, ballistic skill. Oh no, let's go to hot shot lasgun, short range, aim, add dice value at the bottom.
Okay, so I'm using the. Do I go to gear for this roll? I'm sorry.
Yes. So if you
No.
if you click on your hot shot lasgun, it's a
Mhm.
lot easier because then it gives you everything you need.
Okay. How do I click on this? I'm so sorry. Shot last gun. Gear, hot shot last gun.
Yep. And then click on short range because it's short range. You are aiming and then add dice value 2.
Short range. So that's the 12? No, I'm not
It
clicking
should
the
be
right thing.
13, should it not?
I'm just gonna use the ballistic skill. That one gave me a roll. Because I don't see a roll when I click the last gun.
Got it. Okay.
So right now it says I have a dice pool of 8. And then range is short. It says 12, 24, and 36 for ranges.
Yes, it is short range.
Okay. All right.
Oof. Damn, what a roll.
Yeah, that's 8 successes.
You, in a blur of trained killer speed, you unsling your hotshot lasgun and you fire a shot right next to the commissar's head. The smell of ionizing plasma in the air smells good to you, obviously. And the high-pitched ringing from the air being snapped makes every single guardman on the wall stand at attention and aim their guns at you. The commissar puts his hand on his cheek. You can see it's red and it's already starting to blister as a lasgun shot is hotter than the surface of the sun. And that's where we're in tonight's session.
Oh.
Damn, son.
My God.
We're about to
Gonna-
have to kill all of them.
I know. You're gonna be like, "Oh, was that too close to your wall?"
Yeah, because
Oh,
Arthur's gonna hear
man.
that fire and he's gonna be like, "Fuck it, we're down. Let's go." Throwing hands, left, right, center, 2-for-1 special.
Oh.
We're gonna get right back in that.
my
helicopter.
God.
Oof. Okay. What hell of an episode 1. It was a little bit slow. Had to build the tension. Had to build the world a
It was
little
perfect.
No,
bit.
I loved it.
But I'm very happy how it all went. A lot of curveballs. I got to get used to that. I got to get
I know.
Gotta get used to that. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next Friday, same time, 6 p.m. For our second episode of Ashes of the Lost. Once again, Tuesday we have Ignite Recall at 6 p.m.
Not Ignite Recall.
Armored Hearts.
Armored Hearts.
Armored Hearts on Tuesday. Ignite Recall is coming back a couple weeks from now. But yeah, I think that is about it. Yeah, okay. See you all next Friday. Really appreciate it. And have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Let's go.
Yeah, Emperor protects.
Commissar's watching.